What's up, everybody? Clay here. Wanted to do a quick video about kit. So some of the kit that's in the book. I've talked with some of my friends and whatnot. We did a video on some of the guns that are in Renegade Immortality, and I thought it'd be kind of a cool chance to do some of the kit. I'm a very detail-oriented person, and those details in the book definitely, they mean something to me, and I just thought it would be kind of neat to talk about them now. All right, this video is brought to you by Big Tex Ordnance. Actually, I'm just kidding, it's not. But I did record a podcast with them a few weeks ago, and it should be out sometime coming up in September, first, second week, I don't know. 2-3 weeks from now, that podcast will be out on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. I believe they do all of the big names. So if you want to hear about the book, my book, Renegade Immortality, thanks to my cameraman, a little slow there. My book, Renegade Immortality, we talk about that mostly, and there's a bunch of details on why I wrote it and a bunch of stuff like that. We talk about guns and whatnot. So you can pick this up on my website at christopherclayauthor.com or on Amazon or Books A Million, barnesandnoble.com, anywhere books are sold, pretty much online. If you want a personalized one, you can always hit me up at clay@christopherclayauthor.com, or you can hit me up on my Instagram, Christopher_Clay_author, and hit me up, tell me what your name and all that stuff, and I'll send you a personalized one. We can iron out the details there. So, without further ado, here we go. Kit videos seem to be really popular with a lot of people, and I wanted to talk about some of the kit used by one of the main protagonists, Cody Willis. Don't mind the gunfire. I don't have to respond to that right now, but I'll get around to it eventually. I wanted to talk about some of the kit that is used in the book, or as close as I can get to it. So this here is my personal plate carrier that I use for LARPing mainly, and I'm going to coin a new term. I call this my tribulation rig. So whether you believe in a pre-trib rapture or post-trib rapture, whatever, I want to be prepared for all contingencies. So start using the hashtag tribulation rig for your whatever LARPing setup you have or end of the world scenario. So this is it right here. I use a Mayflower APC. I got this one from OP Tactical. I'd kind of shared a quick little teaser about all the raw components a few weeks ago when I got them in. Been using Mayflower for over 10 years now, and I really like it. A couple of things I really like. It's got a kangaroo pouch that is not part of the flap. So you see that the flap here is not part of the kangaroo, and what that does, if you're really OCD like me, that allows you to let it lay completely flat without peeling up. You can get these inserts made by Mayflower that are pretty generously sized. They have bungee retention, and even Gen 3 PMags with a little tab on the back, they come out pretty easily and go in pretty easily. So I like that. I like to run my kit as slick as I possibly can as far as profile. And one of the reasons why I really like the Mayflower APC is because the Velcro is on top of the mags, on top of the kangaroo pouch. When you put on accessories like Spiritus Systems, radio wings, or whatever, or their little Molly one over here, what that does is that allows the pouch and the radio to pretty much sit flush with the same width as the plate itself, so that it's not jabbing you completely into the ribs. Now, some people are like, yeah, just toughen up, Buttercup. For years, the last few years, I had a rig. This isn't mine. This is a buddy of mine's at work. Very similar to this. This is a Spirit Systems LV119. This is a great piece of kit. Really good carrier with a whole bunch of features that are very desirable, mainly being cable routing inside the plate bags. The problem that I had with it is that the tubes attachment, if you use those, is in the middle of where the plate sits. And so when your cummerbund is attached to that and you have this radio wing here, what that does is that forces the radio into your side as opposed to having all of that outside, and it's essentially the same width as the plate itself. So that allows me to run it very slick without a whole bunch of excess on my cummerbund, and I still have the radio in more or less the same spot. So I carry 2 soft T wides up front in the same spot. Reach them with either hand, or anybody knows what they are, they can see them there. A GP pouch for whatever things, overflow items, throwables, all that stuff. And I have some bungee cord, shrinking it down when not in use so that it's not big and flappy and taking up a whole bunch of room there. So this is for extra mag. I can fit 2 in there. Some sort of little Ziploc bag full of med supplies or whatever you need, a little IFAK, or an extra radio if you absolutely have to use it. My primary first aid kit, Faro Concepts Mini Dangler. This thing is pretty awesome. It's about the same width, but it's not as long as most of the other danglers, and I really like that. So it doesn't take up a whole lot of room. It's not kind of flapping, annoying you if that's weird. And the way it sits, it really doesn't move a whole lot. So cummerbund. I really have been wanting to try out this cummerbund. This is an Axle, not the Eclipse, the other one, Equinox, with the tubes on it. So structural, it's got a whole bunch of Tegris in there. You can molly stuff on clearly, and it's very sturdy and it's very stiff. I don't have side plates on this, but if I were, I highly doubt this thing would sag. This thing is a beast. So if you've already read Renegade Immortality, or if you're currently reading through it right now, when you picture Cody Willis, and I try not to go into too much detail to lose the audience, but if you're trying to picture what rig he's wearing this rig right here. On the front, I have end user device case there. I kind of like it. I've been playing with it here in this position. I like it there because when you're actually using it, you can see it more clearly, and it's kind of where you naturally hold your hands. Also, it doesn't get in the way of push to talks. I had it up here for a little bit, and my concern was mags. Mags were fine. I could get all 3 of them out very easily. However, when the phone was in there, I did not have any room hardly for a push to talk, which I don't have on there now. I keep the cummerbund mostly really slick, and I have a Haley Strategic flat pack on here. This is one that I had laying around. It is not one that I'm probably going to keep on there permanently. I'm going to use that for another rig I'm going to show you here in just a second. But I like a really small type assault pack that stays collapsed or very minimal when not in use. I typically run some sort of mega mover. It's like a huge tarp with reinforced handles. You can drag patients and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. Whatever little overflow items you need to put. A few years ago, Travis Haley with Haley Strategic showed a little quick video how you could keep 2 of those fire pins, those breech pins, in the gusset of the back of them, just by unzipping the gusset. That's pretty cool. That's a pretty slick little setup there. So when you picture Cody Willis, this is pretty much what he's wearing in his assault mode. When he's not in assault mode, and some of the chest rigs that he uses, there's one like this right here, also from Mayflower. This chest rig is the granddaddy of chest rigs. All chest rigs that are in existence today pretty much came out of this one right here. It took me a long time to finally buy one of these. I've tried about all of them, and I should have just started off with this one because this is one of the best ones ever made. This is the Generation 4 UW unconventional warfare chest rig that they make, and it's what's the word I'm looking for with symmetrical. It's completely symmetrical. You've got 4 mags, 2 pistol mags, 2 GP. I keep a rangefinder in mine. GP fits perfectly, and I keep a Garmin 32X E-Trex GPS with some spare batteries, 4-banger of AA's. Super awesome. I keep a multi-tool and a flashlight in these pouches here. And it has room for medical or radio. What I did, and let's see if the camera can show this very well, is that I took just a pangolin flap from Spiritus, and the Velcro orientation is correct for this, so that you can use a flap. This also has flaps on it, they're just folded behind. But weird shaped, odd items form very nicely. I have a couple of mags here. The way these little geometric cuts are done, it covers all this quite nicely. Water bottles, stuff like that. So I use, this rig a lot for running guns. And when you shove a 20-ounce water bottle in there and then have this flap over it, the tip of that sticks very nicely and it doesn't slosh around or threaten to fly out of there. So this is a great rig for that. That's what I primarily use it for. But there are certain scenes in the book where he is wearing this chest rig. They finally, thank you OP Tactical for bringing back the dedicated med pouch. I've been waiting on these forever. All of this stuff is available at OP Tactical. I've been shopping with them for years. I've probably spent a truck's worth of money there in the last 10 years. So if you need some good kit, go check them out. They're really good people. Also, it would be really cool if OP, you liked this video. You started following me a while back, and I'm gonna give you all some more shout outs. So pretty awesome there. I don't have the assault pack that I mentioned in the book, but whatever, it's not a big deal. No one cares about backpacks anyways. Belts. This is a Volland Atlas 2-inch duty belt. I don't like the MOLLE ones. One, because I don't trust all that thin MOLLE, and two, the way I attach most of my pouches, I like that they're just slide on. This belt was recommended to a friend of mine that I work with, and it has become my favorite belt. I've been looking for a very sturdy, solid 2-inch duty belt, and this one is the one I've been looking for my entire life. This is my soulmate belt. And as a cop, you know, those I get pretty particular about belts. So I keep 2 pistol mag reloads on it, one in its own primary reload, and then some of the other one in the Spiritus systems just along with my rifle mag. So all of my primary rifle reloads, if it has to happen, is coming from this belt, and all of the stuff on my plate carrier or my chest rig is feeding that, and that's typically how I've been doing it for a while. Bunch of admin range nerd stuff in this pouch: gloves, multi-tool, things like that. This pouch is really, really handy. I really like it for everything that it does. On the back, I just have an IFAK directly attached to my belt. That's kind of standard operating procedure for me, because I don't always have on external kit, but I do typically have on a belt quite a bit based on my line of work. So that one's from LBX, probably made in some, you know, overseas whatever that they got in trouble for or whatever, so no big deal there. But I like it because it's entirely enclosed and it's really simple to open. You just pull it open and all the crap comes out of it. Winkler Tomahawk, it's not in the book because I'm not Jack Carr and he ruined that for everyone. But really cool story. I got this last year, really like it a lot. And then a Safariland ALS open top holster that I have my Staccato C2 in, which is not featured in book 1, but you know, maybe, I don't know, who knows, maybe something will work out in book 2. Safariland open top ALS is the only way to fly. J Tactical Solutions, their tourniquet pouch. This thing is the bee's knees. I like it because, one, it covers the entire tourniquet, especially the Velcro piece here for the windlass that tears up a whole bunch of uniform shirts or whatever and collects all the Cheeto dust and everything. But when you have it completely covered, all of those problems go away. And I like that you can turn this thing horizontal so that it's not poking into you if you have to bend over or hitting your kit or anything like that. And it just stays very streamlined with the belt, and I can get to it with either hand. So that is pretty much it. If anybody wants, oh, sorry, almost forgot the most important piece. Move all this over, is the helmet. So, Audi Gear helmet bag. That's the best thing since sliced bread. if you travel a lot or use helmet and nods and do all the things with them, that helmet bag is the best bang for your buck. I know that you can keep everything attached, but I just prefer not to do that, at least not fully attached. And the way that I have it set up, you can just throw my ears on real quick, and then we'll go from there. OpsCore Fast SF. I've got some cheap Amazon helmet cover on there. It's fine, it does what I need it to do. Smith Optics Boogie Goggles, Enforce light. I know everyone's like, oh, gay Enforce. But hey, I don't have the money for one of those vampire ones. Not a big deal. It does IR and white, so that's pretty cool, pretty handy. I need to get one of those swivel mounts so I can point it up and do all the stuff. Task light from Princeton Tech, really dig that. OpsCore amps. It's the best ear protection money can buy. And when you shoot a whole bunch with rifles really close indoors, you want the best ear protection you can get. So they have the really cool NFMI earplugs that allow pass through, so you can have double ear pro and hear just like normal, and that's awesome. And then at TNVC Mohawk, where I cut the Mohawk off, so it's just the party in the back. For counterweights, spare batteries, and of course, call sign patch, hashtag Renegade 02, Cody Willis. So that's it for the kit, and then I've got my dual tubes in there. So if anybody has any questions, or you just want to know more about this stuff or whatever, yeah, hit me up. If you need a copy of the book, hit it up at all the usual places at my website, ChristopherClayAuthor.com, Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, all those places. If you want a personalized copy, I'll write it in there, make it out to you, all of that. Hit me up at my email, clay@ChristopherClayAuthor.com, or on Instagram, Christopher_Clay_author. So, all right, check you later.